472 divided by, how about 5? The first thing we do is we see how many times can 5 go into 4. How many times can 5, our divisor right here, go into 4, the first digit in the dividend? 5 can't fit into 4 because 5 is bigger. So we could write a 0 right here on top of the 4, but we're not going to do that because that would just be a waste of time. That means there's nothing there. We're just going to move on and say, okay, instead of saying how many times does 5 fit into 4, how many times could we fit 5 into 47? Okay, we include the next digit over to make the number bigger. How many times can 5 fit into 47? Well, I know that 9 times 5 is 45. So I'm going to put a 9 right here because I know that that's as close as I can get to 47 without going over, okay? The next step, of course, is to multiply. When I say multiply, I'm talking about these two numbers now. The number that we just put there and this number right here, the divisor. 9 times 5 is 45. I'm going to write it underneath. The next step is to subtract. I'm subtracting what I had just put that 9 into, the 47, minus 45, and that'll tell me how many I have left over. 47 minus 45 is 2. The next step is to bring down the next digit. That means I rewrite it down here. Now I start the process over, but instead of saying how many times does 5 fit into 2, I'm actually going to say how many times does 5 fit into what we have now left over, which is 22. How many times does 5 fit into 22? I know that 5 times 4 is 20. So that's as close as I can get without going over. So right here, I put my 4. Next, I multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. Next, I subtract. 22 minus 20 is 2. And finally, I bring down. But since there's no more digits, we got to the end of our number, we're done. That just means that this number that I just wrote here, the 2, that is my remainder. So I write it right here, remainder 2. Okay, so we have found our quotient, 94, remainder 2.